Hello there fellow Astroneers, I am Ducky O'Brien and welcome to my video on the fall update for 2021. This update is pretty small but contains some very handy and significant changes for automation. Let's get started with the Exo Farm event. This event is pretty much the same as the previous year, where you must gather Sturdysquash samples and combine them with the Attactus or Spewflower seeds to create fuel via the Cauldrangea. There have been some minor tweaks to make the event even easier. The wild Sturdysquash can be found on Sylva, Calidor, and Atrox. Rarer varieties of wild Sturdysquash will yield more seeds. The samples can now be placed into medium and large resource canisters for even easier management. The Cauldrangea can be found on Sylva, Calidor, and Atrox as well. With the update, the Cauldrangea now produce fuel at different speeds. You can find the leisurely Cauldrangea on Sylva, which produces biofuel at the slowest rate. The Brisk Cauldrangea can be found on Calidor, and the Swift Cauldrangea can be found on Atrox. If you're wondering about the speed differences, it is pretty significant, and I'll show you the differences right here. Here are the recipes for the biofuels as well as their point values. Squasholine is created from 2 Sturdysquash samples and is worth 15 points. Attapetrol is created from 1 Sturdysquash sample and 1 mutant spiny Attactus seed and is worth 35 points. Noxothane is created from 1 Sturdysquash sample and 1 mutant elegant Spewflower and it is worth 50 points. I'm just gonna cut to the chase here. It's not really worth creating the other fuels just to make Noxothane. Thanks to the proximity repeater and the quality of life changes for automation, this event is a breeze if you automate the production of Noxothane. Before I go into the build for that, I'll quickly go over the rewards for this event. For reaching 800 points, you will unlock the Biofuel Throwback Bundle, which contains the rewards from previous years. I really like this touch because I think it's a crappy thing if you got into the game late or you didn't participate in an event and you missed the items. Now you can get all the items for the previous events. Anyways, you will receive the following items in this bundle: the Hallowed Helm Hat, the Spooky Visor, the Pumpkin Visor, the Endless Visor, and the Spooky Palette. For reaching 2,400 points, you will receive the Giddyup emote. For reaching 5,600 points, you will receive the Pumpkin Shelter. For reaching 8,000 points, you will receive the Honest Living Hat. In between these rewards, you'll receive a random assortment of mini rewards such as Dynamite, Packagers, QTRTGs, Exochips, and so forth. Here are some examples of the rewards I've received. There is one new item for this update, the proximity repeater, and it is a game changer for automating certain functions. The proximity repeater costs 700 bytes to research, it costs 1 zinc to create, and is printed from the small printer. The proximity repeater will automatically activate all items in its radius, including other proximity repeaters. This includes actions such as planting seeds, harvesting seeds, scanning small research items, packaging items, and unpackaging items. This is a huge game changer for certain production lines, but that'll be a topic for another video. For now, we'll stick to the update. Here is my build for the Exo Farm event. I would create 2 holes, one for the Sturdysquash and one for the Spewflowers. I would highly recommend using a hole, otherwise the seeds will go everywhere. You're gonna have a very invasive forest. In the holes, I would place 2 proximity repeaters next to each other. This will keep them activated forever basically. If you do want to stop them, you would have to kind of pull them out from each other's radius. Now you could use logic to dictate when you want to turn it on or off by using a power switch, and you would have to space them out a little bit further, and then you would have to use a simple dual delay repeater loop to cycle the proximity repeaters. But it's up to you. I like to keep things simple if possible. Moving on, plant the squash and spewflower seeds in one at a time, separated by a few seconds so that they mature at different rates, and then the auto arm will have an easier time grabbing all the materials on time. Alright, make sure to filter the arms by these samples and the Spewflower seeds so they don't grab anything unnecessary. Each arm should feed into opposite ends of an extra large platform Z. You can use whatever platform you like, I just personally like this platform the best. In the middle should be 2 Swift Cauldrangea set to Noxothane. I then use 2 auto arms filtered to Noxothane to load an extra request platform, and the platform will have a gas canister set on top. Now here's the thing, a full payload will give you 8,400 points. That's right, you heard me correctly, 8,400 points, which is more than enough to complete all the required points and unlock everything for the event. All you have to do is set this up and leave it running and you'll have finished the event in no time. And I guarantee you it does not take much time other than finding the stuff and setting it all up. As for the other updates, the trade platform can finally auto-load and auto-unload scrap from unattached storage units. It's about dang time. The trade platform can now also use Astroneer to trade for other resources. Here are the following resources you can now obtain using Astroneer and the ratios. For 3 Astroneer, you can get 1 exochip. For 1 Astroneer, you can get 4 packagers. For 1 Astroneer, you can get 2 solid fuel jump jets. For 3 Astroneer, you can get 4 dynamite. And finally, for 3 Astroneer, you can get 4 Hydrazine. This is actually quite a large change, as now you can combine auto extractors and create a very simple but streamlined production line for Hydrazine and dynamite. You can easily destroy planets in style and make enough fuel for yourself to last a lifetime. I would recommend backing up your save file if you plan on destroying planets. Speaking from personal experience, it does lag your game quite a bit and you might not be able to recover, so definitely make a lot of backups before you do anything drastic. That's gonna be it for this update. It may seem small, but the addition of the proximity repeater and changes to the trade platform actually make automation for certain tasks significantly easier and cheaper. And now with the addition of the proximity repeater, you have a lot more flexibility in building your production lines. I know it's not for everyone, but I am super stoked about this because that's all I do. Anyways, thank you for dropping by and watching. If you have any questions, comments, or things you'd like to see, please feel free to leave a comment down below. And as always, hope you guys are staying safe and sane out there, and I'll catch you guys next time.